Good evening, everybody. We could ask you to please find your seats. We're going to get started here in just a second. We have some seating down here to your right for those coming in. Come around. Thought I was going to have my entrance music, but it only happens for our baseball and softball team, I guess, when they come in. That's way better than entrance music. Thank you. I like that. Keep doing that like anytime you want when I'm up. I need all the love I can get. All right. What do you say we get started? Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Those coming in, feel free to find seats. There's a couple up front. There's some more over here to my left, your right. Ladies, we have seats down over here. Is the balcony open? Can we use the balcony? I don't even know. Got a full house. Softball team. You just missed. I just talked about you. There's the softball team. Let's hear it for them. All right, guys, we got a few more seats back here. Let's fill them in. A couple up front. All right. We're almost there. I can sense it. I can feel it. We're Drew kids. We're smart. We can figure this out. I know we can. I see seats in the last row. All right. I see, Philly, I see one right there for you. You want that one? All right. All right, so you guys are all here on time. Give yourselves a round of applause. Good job. So that means the next person that comes in is going to be late. So the next person that walks through the doors, we're all going to turn around and laugh at them whenever it happens. All right? Is that cool? All right. Not her. Not the one that just walked out. She works here. Don't laugh at her. Okay, right. That's a test. You failed already, see? All right, the next person. Next person. Okay. Good evening, everybody. All right, come on. This is going to be a rowdy night. We got to do better than that. Good evening. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jason Fine. I am the Director of Athletics here at Drew, for a little while longer at least. Welcome to our annual celebration. This is the night where we turn it over to the student athletes and we celebrate your achievements throughout the year. This is really always my favorite night of the year. Sometimes it makes me fear for my job. Tonight, I'm not as worried about that as I have been in the past. But we do turn over the reins to the student athletes, let them plan, prepare, and run our night of celebration. For our student athletes who work so hard, this is your night. And while we're without a few of our athletes who are out competing tonight, and unfortunately I have the tough news of saying that our men's tennis team was defeated today in the playoffs, but we are sorry they're not here, but we're happy that they at least got there, and that's a good thing. And we have some other teams that are here that are still competing and will be competing in the playoffs, including our women's tennis team, our men's and women's lacrosse teams. Absolutely. And hopefully, if baseball has a good weekend, they'll be in there as well. Certainly, it's been a great year already for many of our fall and winter teams, as well as both on the field and in the classroom as well. I just want to take a couple of moments here because we have a long program to acknowledge our hardworking staff. We could not be as nearly as successful as we are without the hard work of our coaches and our staff. So I won't mention them all by name, but I would love for all our student athletes to give your hardworking coaches and staff a round of applause. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that while I will be leaving Drew this summer, I have enjoyed nearly every moment of time that I've spent with our student athletes and this wonderful coaching and administrative staff. As I look over a couple over here, I see most of them, some of them not so much, but most of you I've enjoyed all of my time. But you know, it takes you guys 4 years to graduate. It's kind of taken me 9. And I'm kind of heading out to the next step after this. But I will say that it will be very hard to find a better group of people to surround myself with. And while that next challenge is awaiting me, I want everyone to know just how much I love and respect everyone in this room, all of our students, all of our staff, all of our alums, and the great people that I've gotten to work with over the past 9 years in and around the Drew University Athletics Department. I could not be more thrilled or confident in my successor, who's going to absolutely kill it. So I would love if you would give a round of applause to Coach Krista Racine. That's good. That's good. All right. So this is where I duck out. The rest, Krista, now your job is in their hands. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to your master of ceremonies, the voice of the Rangers, Mr. Patrick Boyle.
Thank you, Jason. Good evening, players, coaches, staff, administration, and loved ones. All right, we got people walking in late. You know, that's terrible etiquette. Figure it out. You know, they asked me to be here at 6 o'clock, so naturally I got here at 6:35. But thank you. Welcome to the 2017 DRESPYS. Give yourself another round of applause. Drew University's annual athletic awards ceremony. What a wonderful year it's been, not only for Drew Athletics, but this entire institution. You know, you walk around campus, you walk to dinner at night, you see the newly renovated Commons, which makes the food a little bit less unbearable. You see the banners hanging outside of Brothers College for Dr. William Campbell, which have been there for the last 2 years, and probably will be there for another 10 or 15 until they take them down. In all seriousness, no, the experience that this school has offered the last 2.5 years has only gotten better. And I think for all of you seniors who have been here for the last 4 years, you can attest that Drew Athletics is only getting bigger and better. And that's what this night is all about, the Rangers. Tonight we're here to celebrate your finest moments and achievements on the field of battle. So to start, how about a round of applause for the Drew men's and women's swimming team, who basically rewrote the record book this year, breaking more than 25 records. A huge round of applause for the Drew men's and women's fencing teams. Neither team won a single match 2 years ago. This year, the men went 22-18, and the women went 39-9, and both sent fencers to the NCAA tournaments. A round of applause for the men's soccer team, who made it to the ECAC National Championship game this fall, losing to Lebanon Valley 2-1 in the final. A round of applause to the Drew softball team, who won 9 games this year. Women's soccer team is also here, who I heard have probably the most wild team group chat out of all the sports. I think Emily Bradford can attest to that. All jokes aside, though, let's continue to congratulate our spring teams competing in the Landmark Conference playoffs this week and for teams still battling for playoff spots. Round of applause for the baseball team. Currently in the midst of a record-setting season, breaking the record for most wins in a season with 24 back on Saturday and still 4 games left to go. Good luck to the men's and women's lacrosse teams, both taking on Catholic tomorrow in the Landmark Conference semifinals. I was going to say good luck to the men's tennis team, but better luck next year. A round of applause for the women's tennis seed, the #1 conference seed in the Landmark tournament. Riding a 14-match winning streak, they play Scranton tomorrow at home. Individually, huge round of applause for sophomore Claudia Payer of the equestrian team. She's probably, I don't know, is she here? Is she here tonight? This weekend, she'll be competing in the IHSA National Championships in Lexington, Kentucky. Congratulations. And finally, another reminder that Drew Athletics continues to rise up the ranks in terms of prestige in the NCAA. A huge round of applause to Maura Ballard, the first coach in history of Drew men's and women's golf this fall. And while we're here tonight to look back on the year and celebrate your awards, honors, and achievements, we're also here tonight to celebrate your not-so-finest moments. Your mistakes and your embarrassing photos and videos. And with that, we'll kick off the ceremonies with the annual DRESPYS Not Top 10 of 2017. Enjoy. Shot comes on, bouncing shot, saved there by Swing.
For this one. And a nice block there by Alex Carlbaum. She's going to block this one into the net for a goal.
Now joining us on the stage are 2 extremely unique friends of mine to present the first 3 DRESPY Awards. Please welcome Dan Pfeff and Pete Maury.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the 2017 Superlative Awards.
your seatbelts, girls and boys, because these are Drew's best collisions.
We have Harry Gassert from soccer.
Nice. Courtney Trasko from basketball.
We have Jack.
You're gonna need some mouthwash with that one, Jack.
I just want to point out, Brian Hirschberg, she's safe. And the winner is Jack Crowley. Most likely to bring back a trend.
Talia Santa Cruz! And Josh Rose.
Oh my god, what am I doing? Are you upset?
Brooke Adams.
Just went to get my luggage after Florida. Oh my god, that's not my luggage. Where did Heather go? Oh my god! Oh my god, why are you blinking again? Get down! You're gonna get hurt! You're in the airplane going to Florida, and guess what I see? Are you blinking in the airplane? I just came to the batting cages to hit some balls. I got a little tired, went to go to the bench, and look what I see. Look what I see. What is going on? Is she playing? Just got done with comments. Nice meal. Oh my god, not again. Come on, we have practice. Oh my god, Heather, the game's about to start. Get off the pitcher's mound. Oh my gosh. Get out.
And the winner is Brooke Adams.
It's coming back. It is.
Best game day base.
Ashley Wood and Drew the horse.
Ryan Clay from lacrosse.
The horse is so much more attractive. So much more.
Felicia Palat from softball.
Grr, Mondays.
Teresa Shaffron from lacrosse.
Ball, ball, ball!
And the winner is he's not here. Is that it? Okay.
34 landmark honor roll selections, 5 all-sportsmanship selections, 6 all-conference selections, 1 conference rookie of the year, and 1 regional All-American. Let's take one more look back at the highlights from the fall sports. Enjoy.
I knew my rent was gonna be late about a week ago. I worked my ass off, but I still can't pay it though. But I got just enough to get off in this club. Have me a good time before my time is up. Hey, let's get it now.
Oh, once again, racing down to win the ball. In the left goal, 2-0.
Give me the time of my life. Neo, let's get it. This is the last $20 I got. She's on fire, she's so hot. I'm no liar, she burned up the spot. Look like Mariah, I took another eye. She just hold her, drop it like it's hot. She on the rebound, broke up with an ex, and I'm like Rodman, ready on deck. I told her wanna ride out, and she said yes. We didn't go to church, but I got blessed.
Strong in the opening 45 minutes. Another cross comes in here. Hammer off a save, and the rebound is finally put in, and Dylan Hammer has got the goal for Drew.
Demeke with a big save. They're trying to put this one on net, and that one's going to go.
Tonight I'm gonna lose my mind. Try to get yours, 'cause I'm gonna get mine. Party every night like my last. Mom, you know the drill. Shake that ass.
He just looks really out of whack. Lipschitz going for it! Oh, Zach Lipschitz!
From the back to the front to the top. You know me, I'm off in the cut. Always like a squirrel, looking for the hell. This is up the show. I'm not talking about luck. I'm not talking about love. I'm talking about lust. Let's get loose, have some fun. Forget about bills in the first of the month. It's my night, your night, our night. Let's turn it up. I knew my rent was gonna be late about a week ago. I still can't pay it though, but I got just enough to get off in this club. Have me a good time before my time is up. Hey, let's get it now.
Chance for a fourth. Shot comes on. Save, and now Sheets, I think, puts back in the rebound yet again. Maddie Sheets with her 4th goal of the day.
Y'all know what it is. Katy Perry. Juicy J.
DrewRangers.com/PSN. Turnover there. A shot comes on, and Drew's got their 1st goal of the night. And it's from guess who? Aaron Connors.
But you better choose carefully. I'm capable of anything. Great job, Ed! Anything and everything. Make me your reference. Your enemy.
Heads up here. Here's Anthony McMinn with the run on the goalie. He gets a touch pass and he scores!
Sorry, number 5, Alex Jones. Now Millick on the other end chips the goalie! Danny Millick has won it for Drew!
There's no going back.
Mark my words, this love will make you levitate. Like a bird, like a bird. Don't walk away. It's in the palm of your hand now, baby. So yes,
Shot comes on. Didn't get a lot of it. Sheets races in, and it's across the goal line, and the Rangers have equalized.
Attack. He's got Emo in space. Emo centering pass. There it is! Game over! Golden goal by Dylan Hammer! Assist to Andy Emo, and the Rangers win it 4-3.
who can single-handedly change a game. They are usually a model of consistency, of greatness, and of inspiration. Merriam-Webster defines most valuable player as the player who contributes most to his or her team's success. These are the fall sports MVPs. First, for men's soccer, I'd like to call up head coach Lenny Armuth.
All right, I would first like to thank our seniors. We had 9 of them, all played a key role in our team's success this year, making the ECAC championship, making the Landmark Conference playoffs again. Also finishing up 13-6-3. It was a lot of players have to find time for next year. So it's going to be a very hard role for our players coming back. The seniors are going to be missed very much. But for MVP, this player voted by the players and coaches. The other teams had to really plan to play against Drew and really plan a game plan around him. He's one of the fastest players ever at Drew. He played out wide as senior, had 5 goals and 4 assists. Joe Solid.
Now for the MVPs for men's and women's cross country, I'd like to call up head coach. Hold on. I'd like to call up Director of Athletic Communications, Matt Choquette.
As if you guys don't give me enough to do, I have to coach the cross country team now too. Presenting first the men's cross country most valuable runner. This award goes to the fastest ranger all season long. He has been a workhorse, a young leader, and has yet to miss a race over 16 meets through his sophomore season. He turned in a career best time in the 8,000-meter run on October 15th at Rowan's interregional border battle, leading the Rangers with a mark of 28 minutes, 13 and 2/10 seconds. For the second year in a row, this season's men's cross-country most valuable runner is Christian Parenti. The Drew women's cross-country most valuable runner has been the heart and soul of the Rangers throughout her 4-year career. She has served as captain for 3 years. She's been the first Drew runner across in the line in multiple races and has helped hold both the men's and women's teams together through some coaching changes over the years, a true leader. This season, she raced in all 8 meets and led her team with the fastest time in 4 of them. She ended her career on a very high note, turning in a personal best time in the 6,000-meter run at the NCAA Division III Atlantic Region Championships by stopping the clock at 26 minutes, 15 and 9/10 seconds. For the second time in her career, the season's women's cross-country most valuable runner is Dina Abdel-Jabbar.
And now to present the MVP for the Drew field hockey team, head coach Jess Gray.
The field hockey 2016 MVP is Michelle Pozick. She was a first-team all-conference player this season as a defender. She works hard to make sure our defense stands tall. She made 8 defensive saves, and most impressively, our defense allowed just 6 goals on 216 penalty corner attempts.
And now to present the MVP for the women's soccer team, head coach Krista Racine.
Thank you, Megan. This individual's ability to score from the outside proved to be our team's most dangerous weapon during the course of the season. Tallying 5 goals, scoring the most game-winning goals, and playing almost every minute of every game proves how valuable she was to our success. What was equally impressive was her ability to instantly mesh with our team upon her transferring from another institution second semester sophomore year. She adds a level of intensity, demonstrates the type of work rate necessary to excel, and always plays with passion. The 2016 Women's Soccer Most Valuable Player, junior Erin Connors.
And finally, to present the MVP for the Drew equestrian team, head coach Karen Slikes.
Thanks, everybody. I'd like to take a minute and just thank the athletic department for all of the support they provide to the equestrian team. I want to thank my assistant coaches, Rachel Denning and Michelle McQueen. Without them, we could not do this. And I want to thank and wish the best of luck to my seniors, Cassidy and Andrea. What a ride it's been. I'm going to miss you guys. And I have to plug one more time for our girl, Claudia, going to nationals. She'll be riding on Thursday morning, so think of her. So a little bit about our MVP. Riding is a really individual sport. It's the rider and the horse. It takes a lot to bring the team together: leadership, commitment, dedication. This young woman has all of these qualities, as well as being intelligent, kind, supportive, and hardworking. She always does what's best for the team in and out of the show ring. As a coach, it's hard to pick just one, but this young woman really did stand above the rest. She's an IHSA all-academic second team bio major. Major accomplishments this year in the show ring included 5 blue ribbons, a High Point Rider Award, qualifying for regionals in both of her classes, and an 8th place finish at zones in the most competitive class of the day, Junior Carly Gentile.
How about another round of applause for your fall MVPs? Behind every great team is an unwavering leader of character, sometimes a hard ass, but always somebody who comes to work with passion for what they do and love for their community. Our coaches at Drew are unique, special, and hardworking, so we only saw fit to make fun of them. Make fun of their appearances, their mannerisms, and even the way they talk. Here is the first ever edition of Drew Athletics' version of The Office.
You know, staff meetings, they're really the cornerstone to any effective leadership. I like to think of myself as a father, and my staff, they're my children.
You got a meeting today?
Yes, check your emails.
Hey, Ann, we have a meeting today?
Yeah, we have a meeting today?
Yes.
Wait, we have a meeting? Wait, we have a meeting today? Wait, we have a staff meeting!
Jason, we have a meeting today.
Oh yeah, Ann, I know. Let's do this.
How's the team looking? How are you?
How are you?
I'm just done.
Yeah? Great. Great.
I'm great. How are you? How's the team looking?
Great. Great. A lot of recruits.
Really?
What's up, everybody? We're gonna have a great meeting today.
So that was part one. Parts 2 and 3 will be featured later in the evening. Next, I'd like to call up men's lacrosse coach Tom Lianos to present the College Alumni Association Harry Semester Character Award.
Some of you may be wondering what the Harry Semester Character Award is, so let me tell you. The Harry Semester Character Award is the award that annually goes to a senior student, male or female, who gives such spirit, dedication, and energy supporting the athletic program as a whole, including athletic varsities, that he or she becomes a role model and gives the programs and teams the drive to excel. Harry Semester, I knew Harry. Obviously, when I got here, some of the older folks were still here. Harry was one of them, and he was kind of an all-purpose guy. He coached basketball, he did intramural, he did everything. And he was dedicated to the school. So it's an honor to be able to present this award. If I can get this thing off. There we go. In June of 2014, Rich Shapazian, who was then a rising sophomore at Drew University, was with a group of his high school buddies from Seton Hall Prep. They were kicking around some ideas that would be fun to do. One of the young men, Brendan Tevlin, a rising sophomore at the University of Richmond, brainstormed that a pickup lacrosse game would be great. Within 24 hours, Brendan would tragically lose his life. This summer, the 4th annual Brendan P. Tevlin Lacrosse Festival will be held at the new Brendan P. Tevlin Memorial Field at Seton Hall Prep. In 4 years of fundraising initiated by Rich Shapazian, Dave King, Mike Condon, and Kenny McNulty. Brendan's buddies not only kept his dream of having a pickup game an annual event, but went much further. Through their love and respect for their fallen friend, they have expanded their efforts to include a concert for Brendan, bar night from Brendan, raffles, and other fundraisers, all to honor the memory of their friend. In 3 years, they've raised over $100,000 and have been joined by other friends and families and organizations. Very recently, they filed for a nonprofit status, and in remembering the kind of person that Harry Simister was, he would be applauding Rich Topazian and his friends for their selflessness and duty to their community and to the memory of their dear friend and his family. The winner, obviously, is Rich Topazian. Rich, unfortunately, cannot be here. He can be here, but he's coaching a youth team. But that's Rich's dedication. He made a commitment, and he's honoring his commitment. But let's give a round of applause for Rich Topazian.
Okay, so next, the Paul Seymour Service Award. I'd like to call up Matt Choquette and Jason Fine to present the winners, the recipients.
I've had the honor now for being up here 2 years in a row presenting this Paul Seymour Service Award, and it goes to show you how blessed and lucky I've been to come across such talented and dedicated students who have helped the Athletic Communications Department excel over that time. Before we continue, and speaking of service, I want to say thank you to each and every student worker that's been working with me in the press box, on the scorer's table, on the pool deck, wherever you've been. You've seen how much goes into game day operations and what a show it could be, and so you know it couldn't be possible without you, so I do thank you all for that. Very special thank you goes out to Christina Lanzalata. She's behind us right now. If she feels like poking her head out and saying hi, now would be a good time. She's been helping me stay afloat all year, and she's helped coach the women's lacrosse team to the landmark playoffs. And somehow she's managed to be the mastermind behind the DRESPYS this year, too. So, Christina, thank you so much. The Paul Seymour Service Award goes to a Drew student whose spirit, support, and aid to the athletic department has been exemplary. And if she or he works within the department above and beyond any assigned duty. The student I'm about to introduce has been the life and the voice of the Drew Sports Network since I arrived at Drew in 2014. And the life and voice of this very show. We've been incredibly lucky to be paying someone state minimum wage for 3 years. And that's someone I'm certain who's going to be going on to a career with ESPN, CBS, NBC, Fox, whoever's lucky enough to hire him. He is a professional. He's eager to learn and improve, and he has helped bring the Rangers brand to parents, alumni, and recruits over the past 3 years. For that, we thank you and present the Paul Seymour Service Award to Patrick Boyle. I'm actually not done. I told you I was very lucky. This individual has been at nearly all of your games over the past 2 years and has enhanced DrewRangers.com and our social media accounts with professional grade photography. She keeps showing up despite my last-minute emails, midnight requests for a certain picture, and my refusal to use her more artistic photos of athletes' backs. She has been one of the more reliable workers I've dealt with and puts in a lot of time to give a great service to our department and its athletes, the timeless gift of photography. So before I announce her name, I'm going to pass the camera on to someone I know who can handle it. Carly Gentile, if you wouldn't mind coming up and taking a picture. And ladies and gentlemen, help me thank Kat Brask.
I've been coming to this award ceremony for 9 years. They finally let me give out an award this year. I could not be more delighted than to present this award to our next recipient of the Paul Seymour Service Award. Aside from being a two-sport athlete here at Drew, this student athlete is also a tireless worker for us in the athletics office. She not only assists our office business manager, Ann Callahan, on a daily basis, and apparently does a very good impression of Ann Callahan, if you saw The Office there. But she also has to deal with two of the toughest people in our office to deal with every day. First, obviously, Lenny Armuth, our men's soccer coach. Believe me, keeping Lenny organized could be a full-time job for a staff of 5, but she does a great job even when he forgets to tell her that he actually isn't going to be in the office that day. She just goes about her day taking care of his to-do list and then going around the office checking to see if any of the rest of us need any help. Her proactive attitude is refreshing and admirable, and many of us can and should take a page from her book. She also achieves in the classroom and had to rehab this spring from a knee injury, which, while devastating to her and the lacrosse team, presented her with a silver lining, the opportunity to return to Drew perhaps this fall and begin working on a master's degree and have the chance to use her final season of eligibility as a graduate student and return to the lacrosse field for one more season. The other tough person she has to be around is me, obviously, and we all know that's no easy task, especially when your athletic director keeps coming up to you with songs for you to sing that he wants you to play with his band. So she manages to come perform with the Drew Blue All-Star Band as well. If you have never heard her sing, by the way, shameless plug, make it to the pub this next Tuesday at 5 p.m. She's going to be out there. You will not be disappointed, well, at least with her voice. I can't say much about the band, but her voice is going to be great. So for all these reasons and many more, I am thrilled to present the Paul Seymour Service Award to Kaylin Bresky.
All right, next I'd like to call back up Pete Maury and Dan Pfeff to present the next 3 DRESPY Awards.
Most school-spirited. Dan Pfeffercorn.
That dude's the worst.
Here we have Josh Williams and Zach Lipschitz. Hey, Zach, cute tights.
Emily Bradford. I've never seen so much excitement out of her. And the winner is Dan Pfeffercorn.
Next category, most likely to take a hashtag gym set. Here we have Sarah Burkhoff, Shannon Spangler, and Grail Castaneda.
Next up, we have Patrick Boyle.
Next we have Riley has Jersey Shore written all over it.
And the winner is...
Next, we have most likely to be in a bromance.
I don't think this one's a surprise.
Benji and Eddie Martinez. That is one spicy couple.
Next we have Tom and Tom Petronio.
Can't stop, love Tom. Can't stop.
The infamous McClintock 33.
I just don't have anything to say about that.
And the winner is... Mike Lloyd and Tom Petronio.
Kiss, 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 kiss.
Kiss, 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 kiss.
Drew University Athletics and Special Olympics New Jersey have continued to grow the Unified Sports program over the past 3 years. Unified Sports joins people with and without intellectual disabilities on the same team and is dedicated to promoting social inclusion through shared sports training and competition experiences. The partnership is inspired by a simple principle: training together and playing together is a quick path to friendship and understanding. For almost 20 years, Special Olympics has offered sport teams that blend people with and without intellectual disabilities, and that is a model that encourages sports and fun, and which also gets people together to learn more about each other. Here is women's head soccer coach Krista Racine to talk about Drew Unified.
So actually, no, I'm not going to talk about Drew Unified, but that's okay. You have a video, right, on that? Okay, fantastic. I'm actually going to quickly just talk about the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. The Student Athlete Advisory Committee partnered this year with the Muscular Sclerosis Association of America. The MSAA is a leading resource for the entire MS community, improving lives today through vital services and support. MSAA is a national nonprofit organization founded in 1970. The organization is dedicated to improving lives today through ongoing support and direct services to individuals with MS, their families, and their care partners. During the course of the academic year, the SAC conducted various events such as can drives, the prison ball tournament, and the Dine and Dash run to help raise funds for this wonderful organization. To date, a total of almost $2,000 was raised. Give yourselves a hand. These funds will be presented to Gina Murdoch, Drew class of 1989 and current CEO of the MSAA in the fall. I would like to take this moment to thank Ryan Jackson and Dina Abdel-Jabbar for their leadership of the Drew SAC. Their efforts this year were extraordinary, and their ability to stay on top of their peers to participate was admirable. You guys were great leaders, and your future is bright. Thank you so much. I'd also like to congratulate at this time Eddie Martinez and Megan Cashin on being selected co-chairs for the 2017-2018 academic year. Thank you so much to the student athletes participating, and looking forward to next year making it even better. I'll bring Pat back up to show you the awesome unified video.
So when working with Drew Unified, what I get out of it is I get a sense of a family, a community, and a club.
I love watching them progress each week, and they have so much fun when they come, and it's great to see their faces, and you form like great friendships with all of them, so it's just a great experience.
So I started my freshman year and I absolutely love it. I just love seeing the smiles on all their faces, how they're so like actively involved, and they just love both the sports, basketball and soccer that we play, and it brings me like joy being able to see how they improve each week.
As board members at Drew, it's really our job to create the link between both the community at Drew and the outside community. We get people to come to Drew Unified to work with us, and then we contact the outside athletes. A lot of them are repeat athletes. They joined us when we first began 3 years ago, and it's basically we just play with them. Each week we do different drills to get them better, and then we play a scrimmage so it's competitive. And at the end of each season, it's a Shriver Cup, and so that's when they get to compete against other schools and show how they progress.
I think Drew Unified is important. I think it should be spread throughout, just because it just shows that there's so many different people all throughout the world, but anyone can come together to complete like a common goal. And with that, you learn about new people, you gain friendships that are going to last forever, and I love it. So I hope it continues.
The best and most rewarding part of working with the Special Olympics is coming in every week and watching the athletes improve, whether it's as a person or whether it's as an athlete.
All right. 18, landmark honor roll selections. 4 all-sportsmanship selections. 7, all-conference selections. 3 conference rookies of the year. 1 regional rookie of the year. 1 national all-academic team selection. 1 Team India representative. And 3 Team USA representatives. Let's take one more look back at the highlights from the winter sports.
Sean Khalifa, man.
Money's the motivation. Money's
Slight
the
size
conversation.
advantage, I would say.
Roy
Roybal for 3, no good. Over the top, Aldrich. Put back is good.
It's the life I chose. Gunshots in the dark.
Mariel Swinger's 2013 Ranger Invitational record is gone at the hands of Mal Vishwanath. The time of 5:08:40, and in the process, she has broken her own school record as well.
You use plastic, we bout cash. I see some people ahead.
The pass into lane, cuts to the basket, and finishes hard. We got blocked by Taylor. Another block, 2 denials in a row by Blaine Taylor. Inside to Ralph. The bucket and the foul! What a fitting ending to this one. The women's 200-free relay last year was 142.37. The record is 1 minute and 40 seconds and 6/10, and they just have broken another school record. Drew wins the women's 200-yard freestyle relay with a school record time of 1:39:02.
Do this every day, taking off, looking out for all, making sure we ball like the mob. All you do is call, catch you if you fall, young Khalifa.
I never fear death or dying. I only fear never trying. I am whatever I am. Only God can judge me now. One shot, everything rides on tonight. Even if I've got
A great push off the wall from Rinaldi. He's kept his lead. Stipolkowski trying to chase him down. Can the freshman hold him off? It's going to be John Rinaldi who wins the men's 100-yard breaststroke with a time of 1 minute flat 50 seconds. Hectic series of events results in a layup and a great cross-court pass. And an and one opportunity for Dan Roybal.
Stuck to the plan. Always said that we would stand up, never ran. We the fam and loyalty never change up. Been down since day one, look at where we came from. Jumping out on anybody who try to say something. One thing.
A new record for the women's 800 freestyle relay. Can they break 8 minutes? They don't, but they've got a new record. 8 minutes flat and 1900ths of a second. The Drew University women's swim team. Trying to go on the fast break. Outing trying to go all the way. And this time he's called for a charge. DX who has 5 points tonight. And another turnover. In transition, looking to push. Jackson to Lane. The layup off the glass is good. The Drew University men's swim team has set a new 800 freestyle record by 11 seconds. 7:11:22. Napoleon spin, dumps it off to Studer, and a bucket of the foul! Push the tempo. Miller picks her pocket from behind, and Keegan picks up the steal. Good cross-court pass to Jackson, who finishes. The rebound. Roybal, fantastic defense. Takes it right away from Pines Elliott, and the finish at the other end.
What's the move? Can I tell the truth? If I was doing this for you, then I have nothing left to prove. Nah, this for me
has the lead going into the final 25 yards. Coming down between Drew and lane 3 Queens and lane 5. Place is going absolutely nuts. Drew University takes it in 3:14:51.
I just do it 'cause I'm supposed to. I go to dreams with a suitcase. I got my whole country on a new way. She like, I heard all your stay where you stay. House so big I haven't seen them boys in 2 days. I use a walkie-talkie just to get a beverage. I saw my parents split up right after the wedding. They told my stay committed, don't be credit. Check the numbers, I'm the one who really get it. I told y'all, mom, man, this is not a love song. This is doing me and only God can judge song. I do not know what the you thought it was song. Pop some champagne in a tub song, nigga, just because song. What's the move? Can I tell the truth? If I was doing this for you, then I have nothing left to prove.
Miller jacks it up from way out, and it goes in.
Not ahead of 3.
Collins way out. Knocks it down.
That's what I'm talking about.
One. Initiative, commitment, selflessness, confidence, talent, and every now and then, clutch. These are some more qualities that any extraordinary player will possess. Here are the MVPs for the winter sports. First, naming the men's basketball MVP, head coach Darryl Keckler.
Our MVP this year is a young man who was really great to work with on and off the court.
And he grew not only as a player, but more than anything as a leader this year. And that made him the most valuable 2016-2017 men's basketball player, and that's Nate Aldridge.
Now to present the Most Valuable Player Award for the women's basketball team, John Misarkocho Olanowski.
I'd like to thank our 6 seniors and just let you know that you guys were the backbone of the program, and we're sorely going to miss you guys next year. So a little round of applause for our 6 seniors. Our most valuable player was a player who was a senior. She was a captain for us this year, and she played with tremendous intensity and ease all at the same time, which is very, very unique. There'd be times where she'd have a bad first half and maybe not even score. Then we look at the stat sheet at the end of the game, and it'd be 23, 25, 27, 29, just tremendous games that she had for us this year. She played really, really hard, probably harder than anybody I've ever coached. And to give you a quick example, she came back from a concussion, and we were all worried because if it happened again, obviously her season was over. So I was going to put pads down and have her learn how to fall. But the second that she came back, the very second she was cleared, the first thing she did was drive at everybody, and everybody cleared out of the way, but she'd find somebody to barrel into. And just, she was fearless, absolutely fearless. She averaged 17 points per game, 53 three-point makes this year, and she was second team all landmark conference. Our most valuable player and fearless leader, Hannah Miller.
Next to present the MVP for the men's and women's fencing team, and I hope he brought his leather jacket, head coach Vince Paragano.
Good evening. I'd like to start by thanking, for a moment, my 2 assistant coaches. We're trying to make a major turnaround in the program, and these guys have just been sensational to deal with. My assistant coaches, Kevin Cho and Brendan McNellis. I'd like to start with the men's MVP. The individual here, you have to understand that our men's team has 1 junior, and all the rest are freshmen and sophomores. So what they did this season was just astounding for guys that last year, half of them were playing in high school. The individual I'm going to name it's virtually like having another coach out there. He's always instructing. We have clinics that we run with high schoolers. They look up to him. He's practically a hero to many of them. He has in epee an astounding 77-15 record, and just unbelievable. In our MACFA conference, he went 35-5, which was a MACFA conference best. He is also one of, this season our program sent 17 fencers to the NCAA regionals, 10 as starters and 7 as alternates. That was best of any Division III team anywhere. And a lot of the reason why our program has turned around is this guy works hard. He's unselfish. He's always in motion. The entire team looks up to him, and we rely on him. The winner of our MVP on the men's team, Andrew Piterdecki. No picture? The one thing I will mention about Andrew beyond that is that he's going to have a very busy summer because he's going to be representing the United States in Tel Aviv at the Maccabiah Games. On the women's team, we have 2 graduating seniors that I would like to acknowledge and say goodbye as they're on their way to grad school. Foilist Kelsey Oler and épée fencer Sam Eiler. You're going to be missed. The women's MVP, and we had several this year. First of all, to select one person would be difficult because we had several people that were good in the clutch. Fencing matches have 27 bouts. So, and there are times where you're down to the 27th bout and the rounds are tied 13-13, and it's nail-biting time because whatever that final fencer does is going to win the match. It's unusual to have one of those type of events. This year we had 3 of those matches, and we won all 3. We beat Vassar thanks to clutch performance by Claudia West. I'd like to acknowledge that. We had an event against NJIT where we were down by 7 bouts and ended up winning it, with the final bout being in saber, with the victory by Pearl Sutter. And our MVP for this year won the 3rd one, but let me give you a little bit of a lead up. Her winning really took off. She finished the season with a 94-22 record. To put that in perspective, in 2 years on our team, she's gone 186-63, 14 short of hitting 200. For most fencers, that's a career. That's a career achievement, and they go into the Athletic Hall of Fame for whatever school they go to. She's doing it almost through her sophomore year. She won the NIWFA Holiday Tournament in foil. She's the first winner of that tournament and drew history in that weapon. She went all conference in 2 different conferences. She was a regional qualifier for the NCAA championships. And in the highlight of the season, I think, she pulled out a victory against Johns Hopkins with the score tied 13-13. Within 30 seconds of the bout, she was down 3-1 in a 5-touch bout, tied it up with about 16 seconds to go, nearly gave me a coronary in the extra period, and ended up winning it with about 11 seconds to go. We expect good things from her. We'd like to see her improve over her last 2 years. And as a leader, none better. I fully believe that she can set every school record that we have in fencing. The winner of the MVP for this year is Caitlin Coates.
And now finally to present the MVPs for the men's and women's swimming and diving teams, head coach Rich Munson.
For the men's and women's swimming and diving MVPs, all of them had the same common traits. They worked hard in the pool in practice, they did great academically, and they stepped up when we needed them to win a race. On the women's side, we have co-MVPs. The first person on the swimming side of things, she basically set every record known at Drew University or was a part of it. She's a part of the 200 free, 500 free, 1,000 free, 1650, and at one point in time was a part of every single relay record. She was the landmark conference championship in 3 events, broke the record, landmark championship record twice, and helped lead the way to our victory in the 800 free relay. Coming from India, Malavika Vishwana. And our co-MVP with that has a lot of the same qualities and has done just as much in helping us. She also is a record holder. She owns the 50, the 100 back. She was a part of 4 relays that did fantastically and broke school records at championships. And she was also the landmark diving champion in the 1 meter and 3 meter and was the first person ever to qualify for regionals, the NCAAs, Jenny Stein. On the men's side, you know, we had just as good a season, and this person basically was a part of almost every single record broken. He holds the record in the 50, 100, 200 freestyle. He's a part of every single record on the relay side of things. He won the 50 and the 100 and was named Rookie of the Year for the Landmark Conference, Jack Mahoney.
And now here's part 2 of Drew Athletics' The Office.
We only got a couple items on the agenda, only 31 items today. It'll be nice and short, I promise. All right, guys, I'm going to hand out the agenda. We got everybody? Where's Tommy? Tommy! Tommy! Tommy!
You got a staff meeting? Oh, wait.
I'm just going to start off with some of the stuff that's on the agenda. We got happy birthday to Matt B, John, Krista, Lenny, Daryl, and Dan. Don't forget Dan.
Listen, I don't get the point of these meetings. I got 57 guys, 15 more coming in. I can't even get the 4 o'clock time slot on the turf. And it's a waste of time. I'm trying to play solitaire and watch the Prem League.
We got our job descriptions update, so update your job descriptions.
Excited to be here at Drew. I'm going to have my own team. It's going to be a great experience. I'm looking forward to working with everyone.
Vinny, are we all set on student workers for the women's lacrosse game?
Well, you know, I couldn't get any kids to work, and you know, I told them I'd get a pizza pie. And now I got kids coming out of woodwork. I don't know what to do about it, but you know, it is what it is.
I mean, more kids is better than no kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
there was workers on the sideline and they're just sitting there. My goals are still on the field, and I'm asking him, "What are you doing?" What he said he was waiting for the pizza.
So there's been some scheduling conflicts recently. Tommy, why don't you tell us about those? What's going on with the practice times?
Well, you know, we got the 4 to 6, and the girls got the 4 to 6, and you know, I tell my guys that I like to wake up at 4 in the morning, so I don't mind practicing at 5 a.m. But you know, they don't like practicing at 5 a.m., so we were going to try and get the 4 to 6 this week. You know, my guys don't like going at 5 a.m., but I like going at 5 a.m., so we're going to go at 5. You know, I'm a real morning guy. You know, when I was at Hofstra, I used to wake up in the morning all the time, and then, you know, one time I was playing basketball against Dr. J. We played in a pickup game together, and this guy was all over the court. He was so much faster than me, and all over. And, you know, after the game, I asked my buddy, I said, you know, who was that guy that was so good? And he said, that's Julie Serving. That's Dr. J. So I played basketball against Dr. J. And that's all because I woke up at 5 in the morning.
You had the 4 to 6 last week.
Oh, don't forget about the spring season.
Yes.
I got 57 guys.
So in the beginning of the season, we negotiated these practice times, but yet every day, Tommy comes to the office, asks me, "Are we going late?" And I'm like, "No, Tommy, you're going early. I'm going late." I just don't understand. I don't get it.
Wait, oh my god, look at this cat video.
Please let's not forget about girls soccer. We need the turf Monday, Wednesday, Friday, please.
My girls need to be playing pickup at least 5 times a week, maybe 7.
Whoa. We got 4 recruits coming in. We need the gym.
Well, 7 times a week, that's all I'm asking.
Hey, I'm just Ducky. We have 7 recruits committed, 10 more we're working on. We're really excited. Yeah, we should be able to replace the whole team at this rate, so I'm pretty excited. One girl's very promising, very tall. Actually, that reminds me, I should call her. Haven't talked to her since lunch. Hey, how you doing? It's Mr. Coach O. Yeah, I was just wondering if you had a decision for us yet. Well, I know I called earlier this morning, but I thought maybe you had lunch and thought about it a little more. No? Okay, well, I'll call back around supper time. Okay, take care.
It's not
This close.
Okay, we'll go 5 a.m.
All right.
We'll go 5 a.m.
Guys, does this have to do anything with baseball? It's already 11:38 and 27 seconds, and we got to be on the bus in 22 minutes, so.
I got my own field, so I'm not worried.
No, that's okay. Yeah, so can we just try and, wrap this up in a little bit?
Look at this thing.
Guys, so who's taking the 4 to 6 on the turf tomorrow?
Oh, what? I thought I could get 4 to 6. No, we're taking 4
Your
to
boys
6.
haven't had 7 a.m. yet. Let's get them out there.
Whoa! I'm 5 a.m.
You know, why am I placed in an office all by myself downstairs with Mark Johnson? You know, it's ridiculous. I can't stand it. I hate being alone, and all I have to do is stare at Mark Johnson's face all day.
I got 3 kids, guys. Can we get this together?
Who's taking the 4 to 6 tomorrow?
I'm gonna take the 4 to 6. No, you're not. I'm taking the 4 to 6.
Lenny, your boys haven't done a 7-man practice yet. Come on, get them out there.
Will the gym be available?
No, we got 4 to 6. No, you don't have 4 to 6.
When are your boys going on the turf?
5 a.m.
So who's taking the grass
4
field?
to 6. You are.
Monday, Wednesday, I'm taking the turf. Friday, I'm taking the grass field.
We're taking 5 a.m. Taking 5 a.m.
Everybody, Darren, we're all on the same page. We want to go to this. We got it. 7. But we have to go. We have to
I need the gym. I got 4 recruits coming in.
I don't know what I got myself into.
Alright, stop. Let's settle down. Winter coaches meet together. Basketball, talk about it on time. Lacrosse, figure it out. Lenny, we'll have a meeting tomorrow at lunch.
Alright, guys. Well, I mean, that kind of does it for today. I think it's been a pretty productive meeting. We got another meeting in 2 weeks, so you guys better be here or write it down in your calendars, alright?
Alright. Good meeting, everybody.
That was good stuff in there. That's teamwork right there.
All right, the final part will be featured later in the show. Now, to present the Larry Horner Athletic Leadership Awards, I'd like to call up the presenters Tommy Broyles and Megan Cashin.
So this evening I will be presenting the Larry Horner Athletic Leadership Award. Larry Horner was a member of Drew's class of 1940. While at Drew, Larry was a member of men's basketball and baseball teams. What he is most remembered for is his love for Drew and his Drew athletics. He made it a point to know our athletes and often share a story or two with them about how things in his days as a student athlete at Drew. This award is given in his honor to one male and one female athlete who demonstrate the qualities that Larry felt should define that Drew athlete. Those qualities include leadership, support for Drew athletics beyond his and her individual teams, a commitment to the promotion and display of the values of sportsmanship, and the role that the individual plays in determining the success of their respective team and teammates. So as you guys know, I'll be demonstrating the male recipient of this award. And the male recipient of this award, in my eyes, is the epitome of what this award stands for. He's not only one of the kindest and most wholehearted people I know, but he is also one of my best friends, Jonathan Rodriguez. J-Rod is the definition of how all people should treat each other and how easily it is to do so. He's the type of person that would drop anything he was doing to help someone in need. J-Rod is the definition of a team player. He is one of the first on and off the field to be one to pick someone up at any moment, at any time. J-Rod has the rare ability to keep a level head, and whenever something is going wrong, I look to him to stay grounded. I'm most proud of him for being actively involved in the Drew Unified Sports. He doesn't just go through the motion, he gives everything that is thrown his way 110%. I think one of the most important aspects of this award is the lessons that the recipient teaches his or her peers. The biggest lesson Jared has taught me is that not all your family members share your last name. I'm honored to present this award to not only my best friend, but my brother, Jonathan Rodriguez.
Okay, so I'm going to be presenting the female recipient. The winner of this award exemplifies all of these qualities, from her involvement with SAC, volunteering with Special Olympics, being a Drew tour guide, team captain, and so much more. She carries herself with pride, but has a listening ear. She steps in and gives her opinion, but always leads by example. We admire her so much, and I'm so excited to see what next year has in store. She's my best friend and a great role model on the team. We'd like to give this to Jennifer Stein.
And now to present the College Alumni Association Sherman Plato Young Scholar Award, I'd like to call up the presenter, Sarah Abramowitz.
All right, this prestigious award is presented annually in honor of Dr. Sherman Plato Young, a former baseball coach and scholar at Drew. He was loved and respected by his players and students. Shortly after his passing in 1963, one former student wrote, "His background and accomplishments, clergyman, scholar, classicist, teacher, and greatest of baseball coaches, give testimony to the fact that here was a truly remarkable man. Even more remarkable to me was the way in which Doc related to every one of his interests to the greater game of life." This award embraces Doc Young's philosophy and the all-important intangibles that make for a better person and a better life. It's awarded to one female and one male student athlete on the basis of character, scholarship, and extracurricular participation. The first awardee has an excellent GPA, is a 4-year member of Drew's women's cross-country team, running in 31 races, which was every single Drew meet over her career. She's a physics major and a mathematics minor, a civics scholar, and a member of the physics club. I'd like to give this award to Zoe Hughes. Next up, our other honoree has a very high GPA, is a 4-year member of the men's lacrosse team with 47 games played, 35 ground balls, and 15 caused turnovers. He's a biochemistry major, a civics scholar, interned at the special needs athletic programs, is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa and Gamma Sigma Epsilon Honor Society, and participated in the Drew Summer Science Institute. This award goes to Drew Stenger.
And now for the final 3 DRESPYS Superlative Awards, I'd like to call Pete and Dan back up to the stage.
Our next award is most likely to be on So You Think You Could Dance.
Chris Morville.
Girls Lacrosse's Sage Johnson.
Patrick Boyle.
Only real killers and drug dealers off in my band, doing the game, my band, don't trap house, doing numbers, trap house, doing numbers, trap house, doing numbers, trap house.
Patrick Boyle.
The next award is the best help. I have fallen and I cannot get up.
Anthony McMinn.
baseballs, Kevin Scattini. Somebody call this guy a life alert.
We'll pay for it, too. Ryan Clay and Brendan Ham.
And the winner is Mr. Kevin Scattini. And our last award of the night for the DRESPYS is most likely to be on The Voice.
Next up, we have Erin Connors.
And any guy like you deserves a gentleman.
And lastly, we have
My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe.
And the winner is Erin Connors.
Thank you, Drew.
Well, we've made it this far. Let's hope for a great ending. Here's the final part of Drew Athletics' version of The Office.
How'd you get out of the meeting?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got 17 athletes of the week. I got 4 games today. I got 6 programs to write online. I got to put posts on Facebook. Just go get Dylan. Go get Dylan.
I think I hear my wife calling.
I got to restart the women's lacrosse.
Hey, why weren't you at the meeting? Dude, why were you at the meeting?
Listen, I got 6 games today. I had 2 senior days. I got to make geotags for Snapchat. The DRESPYS are coming up. I don't have time for meetings.
Hey, Matt, where were you? Where
Hey,
at the meeting?
Coach. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a lot of stuff going on.
I hear you. I've always got a lot of stuff going on. Like back in 1963, I had a lot of stuff going on. When I was at Hofstra, and
Right.
and then this one time we were playing pickup basketball. I had so much going on, and my friend kept dragging me in, wanted me to play with them, and
Sure.
and I told him, no, I got practice later. later.
Mm-hmm.
But then I said, okay, what the hell? I'll come in and play. And I'm playing, and there's this, I'm a small guy, I'm about this tall, and I'm just dribbling in, dribbling out, dribbling in, dribbling out, dribbling in, dribbling out, dribbling in, dribbling out, passing it. But then there's this one guy who's slam dunking the ball, and he's shooting 3-pointers, and he's making everything. And I don't know how he's doing it. I'm just dribbling in, dribbling out, dribbling in, dribbling out. The guy was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Was he?
Yeah, he's like this tall, and me, little Tommy Leonis, I'm this big, and I'm just dribbling in, dribbling out, dribbling in, dribbling out. I don't know how he's doing it. He's unbelievable. One of the best guys I've ever seen.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Guess who it was?
Who?
You'll never guess.
No.
You'll never guess, Matt. You'll never guess who it was.
Is that who I'm thinking it?
Oh, it's definitely who you're thinking.
Is it?
Yep. Yes. It was Dr. J.
Oh my God, it was.
Oh, it was great. It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw many different times. I got so many stories,
Yeah.
You want to hear some more?
Yeah. I got a lot of work to do, so I'm gonna get back to work.
Yeah. Me
All right.
too.
All right, Coach.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. Matt, see ya.
Hey, man, why'd you miss the meeting?
Hey, man, I'm really sorry. I've just been really busy, you know, so many games and everything.
Oh, man, that's tough, man. It was a great meeting.
Yeah.
Missed a lot.
Well, Jason, listen to this.
What's this?
Tonight, I'm gonna have myself a
Good stuff.
It's a great song. I love Queen.
Love Queen.
And the world, I'm turning inside out, yeah. I'm floating around in ecstasy, so don't stop me now. Don't stop me, 'cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me.
You know, these past 8 years, they really have been a good ride, but, you know, I met a ton of great people. My staff, they've been wonderful, you know, I've learned so much. But, you know, I think it's time for me to finally move on. You know, so many accomplishments here. And, you know, I got a great opportunity going for me up in Maine. I don't know what I'm going to do in Maine. It's going to be a lot colder up there. But it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity nonetheless. It's going to be a good time. Oh, man, I was just thinking, I'm going to have to find a new babysitter up in Maine. I don't know how I'm going to find one.
Wait, we have a meeting? Sorry, I was there too far. I'm so excited to be here at Drew. It's going to be a great experience. I have my own brand new team, and I'm really looking forward. I forgot! Alright, go ahead. Wait, wait, we have a staff meeting!
Alright, I'm just going to hand out the agendas. We got everybody?
Where's Tommy?
Listen, I don't get the listen.
Oh my god, voice crack.
You're supposed to talk, Rocco, not
No,
me.
you are.
No.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I'm gonna ask you. Ethan! I know, I need your help. Can you do a British accent real quick?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Just like, say something I would say.
She's not British. She's South African. So she'd say, I'm not British. I'm South African.
Okay. I'm not British, I'm South African.
Okay, you have to say like African, like
African.
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 Right.
African.
Right. It's like South African. Like you're
South African.
like someone's like pinching you like African.
African.
Right. That's it. Exactly. Okay. All right.
Okay, you have to seriously go. Get out.
So you should say something like, is you
No. This is not me.
You should be like, ask how they do this in England. You should be like, I'm not. That's bloody English.
Jason, stop!
Listen, T, don't be upset just because I have a
I'm
bad
not!
idea.
That's just not what we're doing right now. It's a great idea.
Okay, forget it. I'm out.
You're out. You're out.
Alright. Stand in.
Is it recording? No!
Enunciate the T's. Alright?
Alright, we're on
Enunciate the T's.
Okay, we're out.
Not like a nut.
Nuts.
Right?
Nuts.
Not
We're leaving?
No, you are leaving because you have
Do you
nothing
know
else
with
to do.
Jason?
What?
Do you know me with Jason?
No.
He recommended it.
No, I don't. The point is Jason not being in it. I can't get you.
Don't get me in more trouble with her.
I'm not trying to get in trouble myself. Alright.
Okay.
Bye, Ann.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
Peace. Alright.
Once again, thank you to everyone who participated in that. Although awards and accolades haven't been released yet for the spring season, it really doesn't matter. It's undeniable that the spring sports have produced the most success for the athletics program this year. 5 out of the 7 teams are headed to the Landmark Conference playoffs. And Hirsch, you're going to hate me for this, but after this weekend, it's going to be 6 out of 7. So here are the highlights from the spring sports. Enjoy.
Yeah. It's been a ride. I guess I had to go to that place to get to this one. Now some of you might still Yeah. It's been a ride. I guess I had to go to that place to get to this one. Now some of you might still be in that place. If you're trying to get out, just follow me.
Swinging at this one, turn on a hit well into left field. It's got a chance. It's over the fence. Home run.
Cause ain't no way I'm gonna let you stop me from causing man. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. I don't give a damn what you think. I'm doing this for me. So the world feed it beans. It's gassed up. Everything's just stopping me. I'ma be what I set out to be. Without a doubt, undoubtedly. And all those who look down on me, I'm tearing down your balcony. No ifs, ands, or buts. Don't try to ask him why or how can he. From infinite down to the last relapse album, he still whether he's on salary, paid hourly, until he bows out or he just bows out of him. Whichever comes first, for better or worse. He's married to the game, like a f***ing for
At 3-3, Rangers get 2 runs. This one's hit into left field. It's going to drop again in front of the left fielder, Cote. Mark Cohen delivers an RBI go-ahead single.
and cut the crap. I shouldn't have to rhyme these words in the rhythm for you to know it's a rap. You said you was king, you lied through your teeth.
But outfield, on the run, she's not going to get there. It's over her head, and all the way to the fence. Mascherino's digging, looking for 3, and she's going to be standing up with a leadoff triple.
I ran them accents into the ground. Relax, I ain't going back to that now. All I'm trying to say is get back, click, clack, blow. Cause I ain't playing around. It's a game called circling, I don't know how. I'm way too up to back down. But I think I'm still trying to figure this crap out. Thought I had it mapped out, but I guess I didn't. This fucking black cloud still follows me around, but it's time to exercise these demons, these more.
Chicago. That one's gonna loop into the glove. The old snow cone for Matty Sheets. One, two, here's the pitch. Change up right down the pipe. Absolutely froze her. Wonderful pitch picked out by. Here's the 2-1 from Dean. Swung on, hit well in the left field. This one has a chance. On the run is the left fielder. He'll watch it go over the fence. It's a home run. Mike Miraglia. Rangers on the board first. They lead it 1-0. Upcoming from Levis. Palat swinging at this one, hitting it into the left center field gap. It's a home run over the fence for Felicia Palat. The Rangers have their first 2 runs of the game. That one's hit well in the left field. It's over the head of everybody. It's over the hedges. Home run. Jonathan Rodriguez, 1-0 Rangers.
Like you the one drinking what God sip.com. Now I got a word for your tongue. How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit speaking and it's done. Woke up on the side of the bed like I won. Talk like the wind in my chest to that sun. G5 in the US to Taiwan. Now who can say that? I wanna play back. Mama knew I wasn't even one haystack. I'm a body boy, plus way back. I got a feeling it can rap ASAP.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.
Big time drama in the bottom of the ninth. We'll have another full count. Payoff pitch upcoming with 1 out, bases loaded. It's swung on, hit over the head. Rangers are going to win it. Corsani delivers the game-winning single. And they'll mob the sophomore at first base. Rangers defeat number 24 ranked Ramapo 6-5. Walk-off hit for Grossani, and they dogpile him.
But what makes him an MVP candidate for us is the durability that he has on the baseball field. Closing a game is very, very difficult because it requires 0 error. He has to be perfect, and he's done it flawlessly this year. But what makes it more impressive is that he also plays first base and bats cleanup for us. He's been Landmark Conference player twice so far this year, Landmark Conference pitcher of the week twice this year. Most recently, he saved both ends of a doubleheader against Susquehanna in 2 must-win games, and did it with such ferocity that it's fun to watch. It's easy to coach him. The thing that is most impressive to our coaching staff about our MVP candidate this year is how much he relishes the moment, how much he loves being the guy with the pressure. Our MVP this year, Mr. Tommy Broyles.
And now to present the most valuable player for the women's lacrosse team, head coach Jane Carter.
I definitely wouldn't give our season justice if I didn't mention our 7 awesome seniors and their contributions to our program through their past 4 years. I've only had the pleasure of coaching them for the past 2, but it's just very apparent throughout every day at practice how much they give to our program on a daily basis. So thank you guys. They have reshaped the culture of our team and helped bring us success, especially this year. They always keep us laughing, that's definite, and undoubtedly leave everything on the field. One senior stands out and has been voted on by her peers and coaches as our most valuable player. She's been the rock of our defense since I got here. even through recovering from a season-ending injury last year. She always has remained positive, supports her teammates, and holds everyone to a higher standard on a daily basis. A leader in the classroom and on the field, she has been instrumental in our season and several very large wins this year. It has been a pleasure to work with you, and I'm excited to see what you do with your talent and determination, as long as it's not with FDU. Our 2017 MVP is Jonna Minogue.
Next to present the most valuable player for the softball team, head coach Charlotte LeBate.
As you all know, I love giving speeches. This player has been asked to take on many roles since she got here 3 years ago, and I truly believe it's made her into the leader that she is today. She is our junior captain, Heather Ronke.
And finally, to present our final MVP award of the night, for the men's lacrosse team, head coach Tom Lianos.
I don't think I really need any statistics on this one, because statistics are not what this young man is all about. You know, he came here as a freshman. I saw him on Long Island recruiting. He was playing against his high school team, and he wasn't happy about it. And that's what I liked about him. He was feisty. He got angry. And there's something to be said for a person who's willing to step into a 6x6 goal and have balls shot at him when you hardly have any protection. He was unbelievable this year. He was named today as first team All-Landmark, and that's the first time in a number of years we've had a goalie in this position. Our most valuable player this year is Teddy Sweeney.
Now for the Vincent Masco Athlete of the Year Award, I'd like to call presenters Matt Choquette and Jenny Stein.
Before we start with this award, I just wanted to mention that we didn't forget about tennis MVPs. They're certainly our most valuable players for tennis. Matt Brazotti extends his apologies that he couldn't be here tonight, and they will certainly have their own ceremony with their team to announce their MVPs. We certainly did not forget about them. So in Brazotti's stand, I will be here to present the Vincent Masco Male Athlete of the Year, an award that seeks to recognize the student athletes who, regardless of class year, achieve the highest level of performance in their sport during this season. It also recognizes those who display the characteristics of commitment and team leadership.
It is presented annually to one male and one female student athlete. For the male recipient, this athlete has put on one of the most dominating displays of athleticism this school has seen in some time. Playing in the #1 single spot for our men's tennis team, he has been pitted against each team's best player all season long. Heading into today's landmark conference semifinals, he has an overall singles record of 19-1 and didn't drop a set in those 19 wins, and that is 20-1 now after he won his landmark semifinal match today at the #1 spot. His only loss came to the #12 ranked singles player in the nation, and that was on the final match of a long weekend tournament here in the Simon Forum, but not before taking the first set 6-1. He is 7-0 in the landmark conference, now 8-0, and teamed up for an 18-2 overall record in doubles play this year. In the words of his head coach, Matt Brazzotti, he's always the hardest worker on the court and pushes his teammates to be better. He's simply dominant against all opponents he faced this year in singles and doubles. He will also work with teammates on their games and uses his experience from other schools he has attended to help his teammates. It has been a true honor to see him work and compete at the highest level at all times while playing and never wanting to take a match off. In the fall, he played with one arm due to an injury, and players still could not beat him. Unfortunately, he cannot be here tonight to accept the award, so actually what I mean is, fortunately for him, he can't be here because he was at Juniata competing in the Landmark Conference semifinals today. So join us in congratulating via recording the 2017 Vincent Masco Male Athlete of the Year, Salik Wilmutinov.
So I have the female side of it. I'm honored to be able to present this year's award to a friend and teammate who never fails to amaze not only myself, but the rest of the team as well. She pushes each and every one of us every day in practice and works hard both in and out of the pool. She is kind, courageous, strong, and always brings a smile to those around her. Not only has this athlete broken 8 school records in just 1 year, but she was also named the Landmark Conference Swimming and Diving Rookie of the Year for the 2016-2017 season. I am proud to announce our teammate, Mal, as the Vincent Masco Female Athlete of the Year. Congrats, Mal.
And now for our final awards for the night, the Drew University Alumni Association Career Athlete of the Year. I'd like to call up presenters Courtney Trosco and Ryan Fitzpatrick.
The Career Athlete of the Year award is given to a senior student athlete in recognition of their athletic achievements. The award is presented to the individual who displays the highest sportsmanship, commitment, leadership, and outstanding performance. This award recipient is not only an incredible athlete, but also an incredible friend, and to watch her grow every day has been an amazing experience. As a 2-year captain, she led by example, exhibiting her leadership through her tireless work ethic. Her competitive nature, hate for losing, and strong passion every time she stepped on the court was admired by all. No one was more willing to sacrifice their head and a concussion diving headfirst for a loose ball. She ends her career ranked 4th on the Drew Women's Basketball all-time scoring list. And without further ado, it is my honor and privilege to present the Career Athlete of the Year award to my best friend, Hannah Miller. Congratulations, Hannah.
This individual fulfills each of these categories and more by being selected to the all-conference team, a member of the 100 Career Hits Club, and the captain of the baseball team. He does this while playing the toughest position on the field, day in and day out, without any complaints. This athlete has raised the bar and has set an example forever and will leave a footprint on Drew baseball. I am thankful to have the opportunity to present this award to my roommate, my co-captain, and my best friend, Mike Maraglia.
Now, before we conclude the evening, we can't depart without sending off two extremely important and legendary people that have been a part of this program and this athletics department. Whenever the men's lacrosse season does end, hopefully it ends in a national championship, but whenever it does end, it'll mean the end of an era, but certainly it will never be the end of a legacy for head coach Tom Lianos, and I'd like to call up Jason Fine to help recognize Coach T.
(1983). What happened in 1983? Well, most of you aren't born yet, so you probably don't know, but some of you weren't even probably even an idea yet, because your parents here were probably teenagers in 1983. But that's the year that Coach Tom Lianos first came to Drew University to coach lacrosse. And no matter what I say tonight, we can't do a better job than the students did with the office, so let's give them a round of applause, because they got us, but Tommy, that was pretty good. And the pride of came up from Baltimore, Maryland, came, as you know from the video, played his college lacrosse at Hofstra, and descended upon New Jersey and the forest at Drew University. And as Tom went through his first year here, his legend started to grow, and that coincided with some other things that happened in 1983, and again, probably your parents more know some of this stuff, but let's talk about some things that happened in 1983. First of all, the final episode of MASH airs, okay? 125 million people tune in. The next day, legions of fans start asking Tom Lianos for his autograph, mistakenly thinking that he's the guy that played Father Mulcahy on MASH. Trading Places is a big hit at the movie theater. Tom's reputation as the white Eddie Murphy starts to spread throughout the tri-state area. The Return of the Jedi is in the theaters, and the world finds out that Darth Vader still has a father's heart when he saves Luke Skywalker from the evil grips of the Emperor. Tom turns to the person next to him in the theater saying, "I knew it." Barbara McClintock wins the Nobel Prize for her discovery of mobile genes in the chromosomes of a plant that changed the future generations of plants that they produce. In a related event, Tom Lianos plants tomatoes in his garden for the first time. 1983 was Tom's favorite sports year ever, as his beloved Baltimore Orioles defeated the Philadelphia Phillies to win the World Series, and they dedicate the win to who? Tom Lianos. And while the U.S. invaded Grenada, Tom Lianos invaded Drew University as a young assistant lacrosse coach and an admissions counselor. And as you heard tonight, I think that all of the staff here know that Tom has a lot of things, but one thing he has probably more than anything is stories. And the stories that Tommy have is a large part of what has endeared him to this community for 35 years now. He's adapted time and time again as the landscape of higher education and intercollegiate athletics has changed, as our students' needs have changed, and as his bosses have changed. And he's well known around campus and around the office for his quotes and those stories. No matter where you go, Tommy is well known by everyone. As you know earlier, he told you he knew Harry Simister. But he does, if he doesn't know them, he somehow encounters them. So just a couple of quick stories, because if we told them all, we'd be here all night. But these are a couple of my favorites from the office and some of the coaches. There was this one time that he and his college buddies rented a beach house for the summer. Their next door neighbor happened to be none other than the current candidate for the Vice President of the United States. The Secret Service took particular interest in what was going on with those quote-unquote strange long-haired guys next door. There was a time that Tommy and his friends, speaking absolutely no French, decided to travel through France by train without checking whether or not they were on the right train. Tom's instincts told him that something might not be right, and in true Hollywood style, he tossed both of their bags from the moving train and jumped off while the train had already pulled out of the station, dodging a train traveling in the other direction to the astonishment of the French onlookers. This comes from Tommy. Tommy finds himself in interesting situations, so it should come as no surprise that as a young man, he decided to ride solo on a bicycle across Jamaica. It should also come as no surprise that when he was befriended by two locals that ended up trying to rob him, Tommy suavely worked his way out of it in true Indiana Jones style. Says Tommy, "I had my hunting knife strapped to my leg, and I wasn't going down without a fight." So as the larger two of the two would-be robbers circled around Tommy's back, Tommy, always quick on his feet, stared down the smaller assailant, standing in front of him, pointed directly in his face and exclaimed, "Listen, buddy, your friend might get me, but no matter what, I'm getting you." They decided not to test the crazy American and rode off in search of another victim. Shaken and confused, Tommy befriended a local lifeguard on the beach who offered to share a six-pack of Red Stripe of beer in exchange for refuge on his beach, where Tom camped out that night, shared fish with the Jamaican lifeguard, and continued his journey. Yet another brush of greatness found Tommy in a restaurant, dining next to a familiar face. Tommy finally placed the face after he couldn't think of it, and it was Frank Perdue of the Perdue chicken fame. So Tommy, of course, needed to know, what does Frank Perdue order for chicken? He said, "Why don't you guess?" So I guessed. "Chicken?" "Chicken," he said. And let me tell you something. You know how they say dog owners and their dogs start to look alike? Frank Perdue really looked like a chicken, Tommy told me. Tommy is a great coworker, coach, educator, father, husband, friend to all people he meets. He has many loves. One, of course, is lacrosse. Another lesser-known fact is that he is a student of history and is our office expert on American and world history, as well as the more eclectic mix of what some might call useless knowledge that I personally find fascinating. Tommy loves ice cream, and given the choice between a cold pint of Guinness and a cold bowl of ice cream, Tommy could have some trouble making a decision. But perhaps one of Tom's greatest loves is Drew University and our students. And there is no one that maintains a better relationship with his former players than Tom, as evidenced by the close to 100 former players that came out last Saturday to see him coach his last regular season game, and fittingly carried him off the field on their shoulders. No matter what the situation, whether it's an alumni game, a team prank, a pre or post-game speech, a wedding, a funeral, a baptism, a bris, or any other countless interaction Tommy has with his past, present, or future players, it's clear that the respect they have for him and he has for them. Here's some numbers during his tenure: 255 wins, 2 conference championships, maybe another, 6 ECAC championships, 6 Coach of the Year awards, including this year. He just was named today as Coach of the Year in the Landmark. This is a staple of a Tom Lianos team. 5 of his teams earned the Frenchie Julien Memorial Sportsmanship Award from the District 3 Lacrosse Officials Association. He's had 105 all-conference players, 4 conference MVPs, 5 conference Rookies of the Year, and 6 USILA All-Americans. Tommy, I want to personally thank you for your friendship, your counsel, your loyalty over the years that we've worked together. And on behalf of all of us, Coach, thank you for your commitment to Drew and to all of our mutual success. Congrats on your retirement. We know that for you, the best is still yet to come, and we're all looking forward to a formal celebration with you and your family this fall. Details will be coming out shortly. Everyone, will you please join me in a round of applause and a huge thank you for Coach Tom Lianos.
And it's only fitting that the man sending him off will be sent off next. Almost a decade full at the helm of Drew University Athletics, a National Athletic Director of the Year award winner, and a couple of conference championships mixed in. Jason Fine has been an amazing athletic director, to say the least. He has changed many, many lives and has overall improved the athletic program here far and beyond what many other people could do. So one more round of applause for Jason Fine. He'll be heading off to Bates College in Maine, and I hope you brought your warm clothes. And to send him off, I'd like to present the new athletic director of Drew University, an amazing woman and a good friend of mine, women's head soccer coach, Krista Racine.
Patrick stole a little bit of my thunder, but that's okay. Jason deserves it. So as you know, Jason, our AD for 9 years, will be leaving us this summer to perform a similar role up at Bates. Jason came to us in 2008 after serving as the Director of Athletics at the College of Staten Island. When I first met this young man from Brooklyn, I knew that good things were going to happen. His passion for athletics and Drew's student athletes were always evident and drove him to advocate for his coaches and athletes on a daily basis. Not an easy task on any college campus. For his efforts in 2016, he was selected by NACDA as a 2015-16 Division III Under Armour Athletic Director of the Year and by the ECAC as a Division III Administrator of the Year. Every year, Jason has represented Drew on various national and regional committees, assuring our peers that Drew's interest and commitment to collegiate athletics went beyond the forest walls. Personally, Jason taught me the importance of the details, the things that make events, contests, championships, fundraisers, and presentations the best, and truly put Drew in the best possible light. Jason also made me realize that I do not watch nearly enough television to be able to discuss the latest happenings on whatever show is currently popular on Netflix, which I just got. He helped me hook up a Roku, which I had no idea what that meant. Or rehash the classic sitcoms like Seinfeld and Friends. I have truly never, ever met anyone that can so quickly come up with a quote from a television show or a movie and relate it to what is currently happening. A truly amazing talent. Ross is wearing leather pants, and we see it, Jason. That talent, paired with snowshoeing in Maine, will be invaluable in the next chapter of your professional life. Jason, on behalf of your athletic staff and the student athletes, thank you for your service to Drew University. You will truly be missed, and we wish you future success. Thank you. Please stand.
All right, what an amazing night. And before we conclude here, I just want to say one more thing, and it wasn't scripted, and I didn't plan on saying this, but in the last 2 hours, you kind of look back on everything you've been through here as a Ranger, and you look back 4 years ago when you stepped on this campus. A lot of you without facial hair, me still without facial hair. And it makes you really, really appreciate all the great times that you spent on the field, but also on the field, on the court, in the pool. And but also off the field, and making unbreakable friendships and memories with your best friends that will turn into brothers and sisters who you'll never, ever forget. And for you seniors, in the coming days and weeks, it's going to be the final time that you're ever going to put on a Ranger uniform, and for some of you, that time has already come. And you know, it is a little corny, but you never know when the last time that you're going to put on a uniform is. And for some people that, you know, were unlucky to have their season ended a little early, you know, Joey Feinberg, Richie Poland, Kevin Scattini due to injury, you never really know when the last time is. Other people, like Kalen Bresky, is lucky enough to be able to play one more year next year and going to graduate school. And in the rare cases, you've got people like Brian Omi, who kicked cancer's ass within 6 months. So thank yourselves, first of all, for putting in the commitment, putting in the endless hours, practice, games, traveling, everything. When you didn't want to do it, when you didn't want to wake up at 5 a.m. Thank yourself for putting in the last, for some of you, 16 years of playing the sport you love. Thank your family, your friends, your loved ones. Thank your coaches. Thank anybody who has inspired you to continue to play and continue to be the best you could be. And this is your legacy, being a Drew Ranger. So once again, thank you everybody for a phenomenal night.